Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remember,
should ensure that within a specific frame time these issues must be dispensed with, so that nobody will feel that if you do something wrong. And beyond the issue of now talking about those who perpetrate the evil, we have to look at what we can do to make sure that people don't even want to go into this crime again. And part of it is that people in the executives should start thinking of creating employment. They should start thinking of, okay, for instance, there is high influx of arms in this country. Our borders are porous. So if people are caught bringing in arms illegally into the country, certain things do not need all this long judicial process. Because
quick expedition of justice.
Yes, quick. When they pass bill for quick expedition to say within 1 month, a situation whereby you have simple cases in court, before you start, the judiciary go on break, on vacation for 6 months. A lot of things happen, and people feel that anything can happen in this country, and that's why we are where we are in this country. Like when one of them spoke, the majority leader of the house, he said what they have done is that they have ensured that all the money or all the budget they have for defense, they don't touch it, they give them the weight. But if this money is released and eventually somebody is now diverting this money, what do you do to such person? Because it's one thing to release money, it's another thing for the money to be used.
So you're advocating a holistic approach to tackling these challenges,
yes,
including those who tamper with funds.
Those who tamper with funds, those who encourage them, those who back them. A lot of this. I don't want to be quoted for this, but if you see a person whose network is not up to ₦1 million and is importing arms worth 500 million, there must be somebody behind him. The Nigerian police, the security agency should get to the root of this, and the people that are causing harm to the nation should be held responsible.
You know, we have had stories in the course of our work as journalists of those who are at the front line fighting insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, you know, being neglected. Some of them would even beg for money to feed. And you begin to wonder, all these monies that have been voted for security, to fight insecurity, what are these monies used for? And why would the people who are out there, like the soldiers, you know, who are in these very sensitive areas, fighting these crimes, being left to even beg for Indomie to eat? You know, I can even show you one example, you know, begging for food, even for his family.
That is very terrible, and that's part of what we are looking at. If somebody who is carrying arm cannot feed well, he can even use the arm to affect the citizen. Because somebody that has access to gun, and of course the person does not have ₦1,000 in his own account, what that means is that he can fall for any act. So first, all this money they say has been approved. There must be a mechanism to monitor the disbursement, to also monitor how this money gets to where it has been allocated for. But as it stands today, all these things does not happen.
So are you questioning the oversight functions of the legislators?
Of course, the legislators have oversight functions. That's why you keep having chairman of House Committee on almost everything, including defense. So the chairman Senate Committee on Defense, chairman of House Committee of Defense should come to the come and tell Nigerians what they have done so far. What oversight function have they performed? How have they ensured that what the executive should do, what the people that will implement all these things, the various heads should do, have been done? Because if this is not done and you leave everything to anybody, and the person is not responsible to somebody who owes them responsible, who should bring them to national television to come and explain to Nigerians why they are allowing Nigerians to die. The people that were kidnapped from Kaduna to Abuja to Kaduna, some of them are still in captivity up to today, and nothing has happened. and we are sitting down here talking about meetings every day.
And a toddler who was released recently died, I think, 4 or 5 days after the release of the toddler.
Life expectancy in Nigeria has reduced to like 25 years. So if you are over 25, you should start doing Thanksgiving in this country. These things are terrible. The legislatures are now, because of this. Okay, I had a thread that they want to impeach Mr. President recently.
No, we will come to that. Just before we come to that, some have also questioned the sincerity of the lawmakers as well as executive, because some will tell you, oh, they don't really get caught like the common man in the crossfire with these criminals. It's only once in a while when they are caught in it that you hear so much. And some have been saying, oh, is it because a 7th lawmaker was attacked that we are not having this kind of meeting again? Would you also question their sincerity?
Well, of course, their sincerity has always been questioned. And now that they are now bringing this battle to their territory, I think they are now beginning to take it more serious than they used to do. The issue is every life in Nigeria, every life is valuable. So they have had this kind of meeting before now. This is not the first one, even when it was not a lawmaker. But now that it's now affecting them directly, I think they are now saying that the matter is beyond what they are thinking. So I think that beyond talking, there should be action. All these meetings, after this meeting, they will leave the meeting room, hug themselves, even the lawmakers and the service chiefs. They say, we are
but they're not enemies, are they?
What I mean is that there are times we have to look at yourselves when two brothers go into the room and tell themselves the truth. When they will go their separate ways. But at the end of the meeting, and there is as if they are just toying with the intelligence of Nigerians. And the time has come now. And that's why, ahead of 2023, people should start thinking of voting for people who will go and represent their interests and not party affiliations and what have you. Now, all these things are the fact that it's the same set of people that have been at the corridor of power in the legislature. Some people have been there for 16 years, 24 years. And this is happening, and they have not done anything, and they keep returning. So it shows, if you cannot continue to do the same thing, same old way, and expect a different result.
Would you also say, like some people believe, that maybe the security chiefs have run out of ideas?
Well, the security chiefs definitely are not capable of handling this situation, because this has started close to a decade now. It started gradually from Boko Haram to banditry to insurgency. Now nobody can move freely between now here and Lokoja again. Like I was discussing with one of my friends now, where I said I was going to Lagos and the flight ticket was about 100,000 naira, even economy class, and he said, well, it's very cheap. Jokingly, I said, how? He said, traveling to Lagos by road is 50 million naira. I said, how? He said, if you get kidnapped, then you pay at least 50 million. So what that means is that nowhere is safe here, and we have a government. This is like a banana republic.
Now let's come to the issue of the threats to impeach the president, even as the National Assembly is set to resume next Tuesday. The rumors are even more rife than before. Even from the meetings that have been held, it's like the opposition lawmakers are still bent on ensuring that the president is impeached. How feasible is that one, and would that provide the answers that we need?
Well, for once, if the lawmakers are able to do this, people will take them serious. And even whoever is in government, the executive will take them serious, that we have lawmakers that can call us to order, that can discipline us, as the case may be, when we are wrong. But unfortunately, they are just playing to the gallery. It is not visible in our democracy here now, because you need a majority to be able to carry out an impeachment thread. And if you are talking about 2/3, who are in the majority in the House, in the Senate? So it's just about the opposition are just in the minority. So eventually, all these threats are just to make sure they douse tension. They tell us that we are doing something. But in a couple of weeks from now, if I hear from you, you will tell me nothing has happened. So until something decisive has happened, until we look at Nigeria as our first interest and not our party. Because so many of the people, the party will say this is where we are going, whether it is right or wrong. They are going there. So when the minority parties say they want to impeach, these people say they are not impeaching. It's not possible. So they are just joking.
So, but would impeachment actually have served any useful purpose?
But so, of course, it will serve a purpose. And let me tell you the purpose it will serve. The purpose it will serve is the fact that you now know that if you don't do well, you can be removed. But here, they just feel that once you are elected for the 4 years, if you like, run down the economy, you will finish your 4-year term. But when all those kind of things happen, and then it will be on record that the president was impeached for non-performance. So that record alone, you know, people like to keep records. So this record alone is enough. Whether he has just 10 months to go or 6 months to go, it's immaterial. It's the fact that somebody was at the helm of affairs in the country. The president could not manage, as the chief security officer of the country, could not manage. The lawmakers have called him to order so many times, nothing has happened, and we are passing a vote of no confidence. So somebody else come in and let's see what the person can do. When you were in school, if a child did not pass first year, second year, third year, even the school will advise to withdraw. So I think this government has not done what they need to do, and we must call a spade a spade. It's so unfortunate now that in the next couple of days we'll be talking about campaign for 2023 elections. What basis are they campaigning when they have failed us now? And that's the issue.
Now, another way that you can look at this is, you talked about it being almost impossible to impeach a sitting president or governor or even lawmakers, to even recall them. We know that the law is very stringent in that area, maybe to protect offices so that it doesn't come at the whims and caprice of lawmakers. Yes. But would you say that those laws need to be revisited?
Of course. You see that there are certain aspects of our laws that must be revisited for us to have a very strong democracy. What we have now, since 1999, amending this, that we have not been able to have a law that will put anybody on their toes. So, because, like I said, it's almost impossible based on what operates now. So, if it is impossible, some people will not want to engage themselves in a battle they cannot win. And that's why it might not even, all these threats might not even start. In fact, the motion itself, at starter first reading, might not fly. So when all those things does not happen, how will the impeachment happen? So, but there must be a way for the lawmakers, for the citizens to be able to recall, to punish a person who we have trusted and have failed. As we talk now, whether we like it or not, people are not sleeping in this country with their eyes closed. This is dangerous. You cannot move on the road, you cannot move on the rail, you cannot move even on air. It's as bad as that in this country. And everything, inflation, people, they're not. That's why already in this country we are having brain drain. Every Nigerian that has something to do that, they are already leaving this country, one way or the other. Now, if our good aunts leave, what happens? So we need to review our law holistically, so that even if you are in government, you know that you are there for the people. But now, people are in government for themselves.
If you were to give some ideas to the security chiefs, what would you suggest to them?
Well, first of the idea is that when we look at some of the documentaries we see on TV, you see that even the bandits have more sophisticated equipment.
In fact, that also brings me to the attack on distinguished Senator Ifeanyi Ubah on Sunday, because his security details faced the criminals,
the gunmen, yes.
But they had superior firepower. They were able to kill 10. They were also carrying guns.
Yes, but you know, guns are in levels. So what, first and foremost, for us to tackle insecurity, we must keep corruption in this country. There are lots of money allocated to defense, to buy arms. We have had a lot of stories
to the police,
to this, and these things are not bought. Somebody embezzles this money. Such person, no, we start talking about that we are in democracy, you cannot do certain things. Such person that is caught trying to mortgage the life of all Nigerians should be treated as a matter of urgency, so that if you know that it is death sentence for you if you do this, we see that there will be, it will serve as deterrent. But now, even when somebody is caught, they keep going back and forth. No, we don't have the equipment. When you watch the kind of gadgets, the kind of equipment that these bandits have, and you see what our police carry, walk around, you see them. So AK-47, that is, they need something to hold it to be able to cock it. You know, when you look at all these things, until the rep says they have approved all the budgets for defense, but is anybody there to check that what was approved was acquired? After they were acquired, were they given to the right persons to use? Now, if they are given the people to use it, do they have the right incentives? Because if a person that goes to go and face bandits gets injured and is forgotten, and nobody's taking care of his family,
has to beg for and
has to beg for food to survive, nobody will want to join. Nobody will want to go. So when you look at all this, and then security now is beyond arms alone. It's a lot of intelligence. So for you to have the intelligent want to join the Nigerian army, they must start seeing future in Nigerian army. It's becoming people who cannot find a place to go, they join. So when they join, when the matter comes to intelligence, they cannot do it. Because these people, and it's more dangerous when you want to attack somebody that is laying ambush for you. Because the person laying ambush for you is waiting for you. But you are looking for the person that's laying ambush for you. You don't know where he is. So it takes a lot of intelligence, and we must make sure that our forces are well remunerated and they are paid well. And in case of emergency, they should pass a bill that if a person at war front or whatever gets injured, this is what comes to him. If he dies, this is what comes to his family. These are the areas laws must be passed to protect them, so that they know that in case things happen. Now when some of them go to the war front, they don't want to go there. You know why? If I'm caught, or if I get killed, so they can go to war front and be hiding. They are not facing their opponents. All this is
I don't think it's even possible to hide, because the bandits are also looking for them, so it would be deadly for them to just go and hide. Yeah, I guess they just have to stand up and fight. Thank you so much for coming on the program, Victor Makonjola Ayeye, and of course this is what we wrap it up on Inside the Parliament this Tuesday. Don't forget to join us next Tuesday as we continue to examine issues coming from the nation's legislature. My name is Uju AJ. Thanks for staying with us.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you, and remember this. Bye-bye. See you again.